What is going on, everybody? Just Josh and 117 here, back again in City Skylines. You guys saw the Steam sale this week? Steam sale this week is City Builder and Colony Sim. One of the games on sale happens to be City Skylines. I believe it is 80% off. Either way, it's like $3. You also have a free trial period to play it for free if you've never played it before. So definitely consider checking that out. If you've never played City Skylines before, I would absolutely recommend giving it a shot. How's everybody doing? Just as a quick heads up, right? Throat's been feeling a little scratchy today. So if at any point there are voice cracks or me coughing or clearing my throat, that's where that's coming from. Just to make sure everybody's aware and on the same page. Hopefully the music is not overriding my conversations. And without further ado, I'm going to mute it for myself just so it doesn't distract me. And we're going to go ahead and jump back into our game. So we've got Toronto version 2. That sounds right. I'm just unplugging my headphones real quick so then the music doesn't distract me and doesn't play back through OBS. So, coming at you on March 25th, 2025. It is 8:05 Eastern Standard Time. Excited to jump back in. This is my most viewed VOD for whatever reason. Apparently people love City Builders because this is the one people have seen the most. That includes anything before it either. So I was very surprised by that. Also, I realized that I learned how to lift things up, which is going to be very important. I forgot that I put the shopping there. We're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with everything that I was already doing. And we're just going to kind of see how it goes. Our bars are telling us that we need more industry. So we are going to need to make additional roadways. These, I believe, are all two-way roads. Yes. Okay. So the best spot to add more industry is going to probably be in this direction. So we're going to build a little bit of a road. I notice we don't have a lot of money. So we're just going to add a bit more industry zoning there. That should help. I don't know why this zoning is here. I need to get rid of that because I don't want anything on this particular roadway because this is a one-way road, right? This is the quickest way out of the industry sector, if you will. And the shopping has a similar setup, as does the residential areas. And again, that's just to get people to their destination as quickly as possible. Oh, I forgot I made this like little rich area over here. Again, all one-way roads. That way, there's easy ways in and out. I made a slight mistake here. I've got two one-ways come to this intersection, and that's not an easy way out. They still have to go back this way for some reason. Interesting. So I don't have a really quick way to get out. I have multiple ways to get in, but sorry, that's my map scrolling over. I have no easy way to get out. Okay. That's an interesting problem to have. I didn't realize I had set it up that way. And I guess that was to ease congestion in this intersection. So let me... What is the best way to approach this? First off, real talk, I should just nix this entire area over here. I shouldn't have built there yet. This river is a huge pain. we can't afford anything, so we're kind of just hanging out, waiting for our money to get back up. Do we have loans? I feel like we do. We have both loans. Great. Awesome. Okay. You know what? I'm kind of tempted to start over again. Because I'm not really satisfied with how this is built. You know what I mean? Because I feel like this is not representative of how I would actually be playing. So yeah, let's do new game. And let's pick somewhere else, right? Let's pick... I'm trying to find the one that I liked doing. I thought it was Foggy Hills, but now I'm not sure. Because I only did a couple of these. What are all this? Is this DLC? Yeah. Wow, back when I first started playing, none of that was there. Diamond Coast. Nah, I don't want to do that. Black Woods. I think Black Woods was what I'm on right now. Cliffside Bay. Let's try Cliffside Bay. City name, Toronto version 3. And we're going to go ahead and start here. Because I figured out how to raise up the ramps. It's page up and page down. So that I'll be able to give a better sort of look or setup of how I would normally be building. Oh, that really messes with how I was going to be building. Oh, it's just an actual road coming off of the highway already. And there's no other land on this side, right? Okay. Interesting. Let's try it. Let's give it a shot. So this is a 3-lane one-way road. Okay. We can only build these much smaller ones for right now, if I can properly navigate to it. Yeah, because we can't build the one-ways. So we're just going to be stuck with regular 2-lane roads. Now, what I usually like to do is do page up, and then these become my highway exits, essentially. But we're in a different situation than I normally am. Oh, how did I do that? Oh, Lord. How camera is funky. There we go. That's F apparently. Okay. Learning how to play the game as we go along. So, yeah, let's just start with roads. Let's just see where that goes. Obviously, basic plan that we're going to be having here. Residential, I'm going to try to have this whole section. Industry can kind of just be going in this direction, and then residential can expand out this way. Shopping can be in the middle. That's a good idea. So we're going to try to go this way. And we're going to stick with my page up strategy. Well, I guess we don't have to. Let's stick with it for now. Because this is normally how things would be. So it would be a very basic kind of idea. It would basically be like one of that, and then maybe like that, and then leading to there. And it would basically just be a circle. Then you would have an exit here, right? And this would lead into your residential. And I realized as I was driving around over the past couple days, I realized I'm building my city and city skylines the same way that I experience cities in my personal life. Really adds an interesting piece to it when you make that realization. So we're going to try to be as efficient with this as we can. So that's our residential. And then we can have another strip of it coming down this way. And what I mean by efficient is all of this can be zoned, right? So now when we're doing our shopping, we're going to have that come off of this ramp. Very similar to how we had it on our previous playthrough. I'm trying to get the camera to stop messing with me. It's testing my patience just a touch. And that'll be a very basic shopping, right? What we'll actually do is we will come in here and do that. And so the stores and stuff will be back here. And this will eventually just be a one-way road. And then same for industry, as we did for residential. The reason that I always separate the industry so much is pollution. And I just don't even want to have to worry about the negative impacts of pollution on my residential areas. So we're just building it like that. And I'm trying to stick with grid as much as I can, just to kind of keep things under control for the starting. So we need to start zoning stuff. And that's going to mean that we're going to zone this. We're going to zone this. And we are going to zone, what is this one? Marquee, small brush, large brush. Okay. We're basically going to zone everything that is not on this main strip. So that will mean that this will be zoned here all the way down. And this will be zoned here. Sorry, I'm just checking updates and messages. And then we're going to zone basically all the way through there. And then this backside. Just so, again, this like main road is not directly impacted yet. And then just to cover our bases, we will be... Sorry, I'm leaning away from the mic. Hopefully that is sufficient in stopping the coughing from coming through. Similar to residential, we will be zoning everything that is not on this main road, which actually is a little bit easier to do over here. And then we're just going to leave that last row blank, so then traffic does not build up on that road. Finally, industry. Do that, 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 and then everything except for like the first two squares on that side. And then as soon as we can, these few roads will be, changed into one-way roads. Okay. Very basic structure, and that's going to help us get money early on in the game. Now we just need power, and we need water. So where's our power going to come from? I'm really tempted to put it here because there's no way I can build anything there. But we're going to put it in our, well, what's the downside of putting it right there? Because I'm not going to be building anything there, right? I'm not going to build anything right next to what that basically is the highway. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to put it there. And can I only afford one right now? Cost 6,000. Let me check on my water costs. 2,500. 2,500. Okay, let's start with one. And we'll kind of go from there. So get this over. and get this over. Oh, can it not go through the highway? Interesting. Okay. Can I Control Z that? No. Let me demolish this. So it's going to have to go around the highway somehow. I do not recall that being a problem, but okay. So it'll just have to kind of go in there. And then this can come up over here. So what I'm banking on is that when industry, houses, and shopping starts to move in, all the blue squares will populate, and they'll all hit where this windmill is. So now water pumping station. Oh, this is going to get complicated. Because that's a lake. So here's why that's a problem. Our water and our sewage is going to be really close together. Okay. And we don't get access to other water sources for a while. Okay, so that's going to mean we're going to need to get this water treatment plant pretty quickly. Let me just put it here as far away as I can from where the waste is going to come out. Literally as far away as possible. And we're just going to connect the two. We don't have enough money. Can I get a loan? No. I might be like overbuilding. Okay, let me try. Let me see here. Because I could demolish these and get some money back. So let me do the same for this. And to start with, let me put the shopping on the back of the residential. Why can't I change that? There we go. Okay. And then for now, just don't zone this. Because you don't need a lot of shopping zoning right off the bat. So that saves us a bit of money. Okay. So water. Oh, this is going to be really difficult because I have to connect these two, and that costs almost my entire bank of money. And then to get this, that's as far as they can go. Okay. So let's, problem solve, right? Think this out. We should get rid of any extra roads that we don't need. So that means all of these. Right? And that gives us a significant amount of money back. So these raised ramps and stuff, big problem. Let's see if that was enough. Hey, Mort. How's it going? How's life? We're just back in City Skylines. It is currently free on Steam, I think, for the sale. And so I'm just jumping right back into it. So we're just gonna run with this. This is very bare bones, but we need some money. Just kidding, because we lose all of our money. We might as well use it all. Can we get the water to that we cannot? We might be able to. Let's at least do that. Okay? We'll at least do that. And that is pretty much all that we can do at the current time, because we can't even power the industry area. So we're going to actually just remove this zoning entirely. We're just going to run with no industry zoning and just residential. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I am curious if we can bounce back from that. The start is always difficult when it comes to this game. So it's popping up, it's populating, right, as residents are moving in. The power is successfully being put to their homes, and it is successfully being, the plumbing is there. So our money will eventually recover, basically. And we'll eventually get enough people to unlock loans and stuff, which we'll take out in the beginning to try to get some of this situation rectified, right? I just hope we don't run out of space. I don't think we will. But we left this for shopping just in case. Let's actually just remove that. There's no point in having all of that be shopping, because we need mostly residential, because we need people to move in. Starting is always the toughest thing. So we're aiming for getting 400 people. That will get us to loans. I'm just looking at our little milestones thing here. We're already 1,000 in the red, but we're getting there, right? We'll figure it out. It's okay. Everything will work out. So we got 123 people. We're basically just sitting waiting. Hopefully people who haven't gotten to play City Skylines will be able to, since it's free for the sale, I believe. It's a fun game. I've had it for years. I never got into it as much as I wanted to, right? It's one of those games that I tried to get into, and just for one reason or another, just the stars just didn't align, right? So it happens. It happens. In hindsight, hindsight's 2020. I think what I actually did was the regular roads were not raised, and then this had a straight highway that was raised. I think that's what actually was happening. But it's fine. What's done is done, and we just have to hope that enough people move in, which it looks like they will. And I can even zone these areas as well temporarily if I have to. I just don't want to. I would rather not, because that's just going to increase traffic on this road, which I guess they can just use this road to get past that. Now that I think about it. Okay. We'll see if it's necessary, basically. We'll see if we have to do that. I'm going to ignore, we got a huge need for high demand for industry or offices, high demand for a commercial zone. Excuse me. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any money to build roads. And I sure as heck am not putting industry next to residential. Right? Because the game literally tells you to not do that. Our population is starting to stagnate a little bit. We're about halfway to where we need to be at. Let's hope we get there. I don't know if we will. Actually, what I could do, I could just add industry zoning right here. Right? It's kind of cheating, but I could just add it right there. That might meet a little bit of the demand. I could always de-zone it later. And that keeps it far away from the residential area. There you go. That worked out. Okay, we got to pick up the pace a little bit. Just to see if this will actually work. Just to see if this will actually play out properly. Because we're still losing money, and people's happiness is fluctuating. The population is fluctuating. I'm nervous that the population might have stagnated. We're now losing people for some reason. Why are we low on water? What's happening? What? How are you low on water? Oh. Has it become polluted already? I never powered them. So they're all wondering when they're going to get water. The answer's never. Okay. New game. Toronto version 4. It's a tough game, guys. Okay. So let's do... I feel like the one I would always do is no longer here. We're going to do 2 rivers because I realized the problem with not being next to a river. All the water is going to get mixed up. Oh man. Okay. So version 4 now. It's a tough game. Like if you're not ready, it's going to punch you in the mouth. Well, as it should, right? I mean, it's like I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying that's how it should be. Interesting. Okay. This I can work a lot better with because I can just expand that way. Sweet. Okay. So, I like this little like house they have built here, like this ruined house and like this boardwalk. That's cool. I like that. It's historic, right? Okay. So the water's going to be far away from us again. The other problem is our industry, but we're going to get to all that. Let's start with roads. Wow, that is a complex little loop, huh? So we're going to just build them flat because if we go page up, that's why we ran out of money. It costs like 3 times more. So we're going to actually just go straight that way. Well, not straight that way, but pretty close to straight that way. And then what does that give us? Does that unlock stuff for us immediately? It does. Okay, so I'm just going to replace that. Hold on. I'm going to replace that with the one-way streets because that's what I really want. And then do that. And then do... Let's just do it so then it'll be even. And then it could just be a straight turn that way. Okay. I like that a little bit better. So just have an offshoot. Whoops, that's a little bit too long. That's fine. We'll make it work. And we can have our industries. I'm trying to visualize how I'm doing this here. Because this would be the route if you're trying to pass by the industry. This would be the route into the industry. So you'd want roads kind of going both ways and then be able to come back and then road going there. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so for the bypass and then for people trying to get there. Okay, so then for residential, we want to try to make this as efficient as possible. Okay. So now, sorry, we do our power, which I guess we'll just stick right here. And we will make sure that this stuff is powered. So the water flow is going that way. So we're going to stick you there and you here. And then we're going to connect both of you just to take care of that. And then I'm going to put another windmill. I like to put windmills right next to these if I can afford it, because that just takes care of the whole problem right there. And then we can pull this and put it there. We can pull this, put it there. We can pull this and just put it like behind the industry, basically. And just gonna have it connect that way. So, you know, zone as before. And then we can actually put shopping there for right now. And let's add one more street. here. There we go. Okay. So we're not going to have any power issues. We're not going to have any water issues. As long as we actually get the water to everybody. That would be important. Okay. So that is that. That is all of our electricity and our water. Cool. And we still have 16,000 left over. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to make more roads. Specifically, so then we have more space for zoning. That's going to be the theme of this beginning part, because we want this to be the last time that we have a beginning part. Because again, right off the bat, right, we're going to be losing money. So go ahead and zone the industrial spaces. Do it a bit more carefully. So we have that road bypassing. And they can still go back, right? Yeah. So this will allow them to like make that turn if they want to. And I'm going to see how that works for them. Okay. I still have like 12,000. So I'm kind of wanting to figure out how I can spend that. Why am I allowed to have that so early? I didn't realize that. How do I... There we go. I have to like... There's so many different things I have to click. Yeah, and again, just trying to fit as much as I can starting out with. I think that looks good, though. So we're going to start out with that. We still have 7,000. Is there anything else we want to do? I guess with the extra money, we can just move this farther down, right? So we can try to have it like all the way down here and then connect it to the system like that. And then have a windmill all the way down here with it. Right? We could absolutely set that up instead and then have power lines going to there. It's a little bit busier, but I mean, we had the money for it, so might as well. And now we start. And now we see what happens. Toronto version 4. What's going to happen? I'm going to go ahead and speed this up as well, just so we can kind of watch the development here. It's kind of fun because it looks a bunch like little ants working. So we're officially in the negative. The people walking around and stuff kind of look like they're in they're worker ants. Oh, I messed up again. I got to de-zone all the new stuff because it's not, doesn't have water. We'll figure it out eventually. We'll hit that sweet spot eventually. But, oh, this stuff wouldn't have water over here either. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So we're just dealing with issues as they come up. That's okay. So this already looks like it's working a little bit better. I'm glad I didn't try to put stuff on like the stilts and have it go above the land, because it just ended up being too expensive. So everybody's moving in, everybody's happy, and this is a much better start. Oh, man. I remember first getting this game and being so excited because I have like a whole thing for urban design that I was very interested in. And wow, people are zooming. Look at that. Just a load of cars just zoomed into the residential area. So we have more people. Right, we have about 200 people. Again, we're aiming for 400. That's our first little like setup piece there. We're getting a higher demand for residential. Oh, interesting. Okay, let me see if I can still... Okay, I can have residential there. How about, like, on this side? Is that going to be covered? Yes. And then this will all be covered. And I think it gets covered by proximity as well, but I'm just trying to be, like, super careful. So we can do that, and then we can do that. And then we can cover a little bit of this as well. There we go. Okay. So that should iron us out. We are in the green as far as getting money. And we've reached a population of 420, which means we're going to be able to get loans and all those other things. Awesome. So what I'm going to cut now is, because I'm realizing, right, I'm going to kind of cheat slightly because I'm going to artificially start reducing the availability of certain things. So then the game doesn't advance too quickly. I just thought about that. So it's not really cheating. It's more like making sure the game doesn't advance until I'm ready type of thing. Because we want to make sure we have enough money for everything that we want to do. So, okay. We're in a pretty good spot. You know? We've got very low demand for any sort of zoning, so we can actually just eliminate all the zoning back here. And our population is still going up, so that's good. Looking at loans, right? We could take a loan if we want to, but we're gonna try to avoid taking loans, I think. At least for the first little bit. Let's go ahead and get our first what do you call this thing? Landfill? Let's go ahead and get our first landfill underway. And we're going to try to... Can I fit 2 over here? Okay, I eventually can. That's perfect. Because that is very much out of the way. And it causes pollution, right? So you want to avoid that. Medical clinic. If I put the medical clinic over here, it could serve most people. Yeah. So we'll try to have this sort of stuff, like medical clinic, police station, right? We'll try to have it on this main strip. That's also why I try to not build on this main road, because then I can just throw special buildings like that onto it. And again, our money's going up. So let's go ahead and speed things up again. And we're in a much better spot. Our population is pretty stagnant, actually, which is exactly where I want it. As long as this is in the green, we are good. Can I set taxes yet? Is that a thing? I can. So we're going to increase our taxes on all zones, which I believe is going to increase our revenue, but then might have a slight negative impact on our population, which is fine with me right now. I don't need a whole bunch of people, so actually we're going to increase this even more. We don't need a whole lot of people here. Okay. Slow progression, right? Balanced progression, right? We've got a massive demand for residential zoning. That just means if we want more people, we have to add more zoning for it. Duh. Now, if we look at, I believe, noise pollution. Yes, shopping districts create a lot of noise pollution. And I want to eventually be moving these away from my residential. I just needed to put it there for right now because, you know, I didn't know what else to do. What are these icons? Not sure. Not enough workers. Interesting problem to have. So the stores don't have enough workers. So I'm going to be 100% honest. Did not realize that could happen. I've never had that problem before. Mainly because I try to have runaway population. And so running into that is an interesting problem to have. So we can now afford, what is this? Oh, this is elementary school. I thought it was a police station. Whoops. Okay, so we can put it, excuse me, I guess back here would be the best because that covers most of our residential zone. So yeah, we'll put it here. And really struggling with the workers here. So we're going to dezone some of the industrial zone. Dezone, yeah. And that's going to kill a little bit of the competition. And then we can dezone certain pockets of our shopping district as well. And the game's yelling at me to make more zoning for residential. We're not going to do that just yet. Because again, we want to build up this money, right? We're still getting the green. Our green amount is going down significantly though. It's kind of in free fall right now. I'm not quite sure why. That's what I'm having a hard time understanding. So we're going to go ahead and zone a little bit more residential just to like help that out. And we're going to double check and make sure our water covers it. Yes. And let's go ahead and try to move our shopping and do it in such a way that the pollution is not going to impact it. So we're going to select our roads here. And we're going to try to, let's see, have like an offshoot going this way. I realize there's some sort of power thing. Oh, no, it's just a rock. I can get rid of that. Hold on. So you have a bit of an offshoot going that way, right? Have just this road just going through and then coming back to the main road. And then beyond that will be our actual shopping district. And this will allow us to have more stores and not be disturbing the residential areas. And so we're just going to kind of fill all of this here. And then we're going to actually rezone this section here. We're going to cut all that. And we're going to actually rezone everything. Whoops. To residential. Yeah, dezone it and then rezone it for residential. There we go. We got there eventually. And we still have money, right? We're still fine there. So all I got to do is just connect this to that. That's kind of what I'm waiting on now. So let me put the speed back up so we can eventually get to that. That's all I need to get to now is just finish that. And we forgot about water. We forgot about all the utilities, all of the things. Water and power. The power, luckily, gets supplied because of, you know, it being close enough. So we kind of get saved a little bit there. But water does not quite work that way. So that's unfortunate, but it's the way it works. So we saved that. Our money's now going back up again. And it's not me, like, trying to game the system. It's just me not wanting to, like, lose control of the game. Because sometimes it'll be kind of runaway. Sometimes the population will just skyrocket, and then you're hitting milestones before you're ready to hit the milestones. And I don't want to do that. So What is our next milestone? 850. We're about to hit it. And I don't think we're ready. Maybe we are. Maybe we are. I've got enough power. Although it's about to be going down, looks like. We're going to need another windmill. So we need to save up to 6,000 for that. Which it looks like we'll get to. It's like about to increase too. There it is. I was like, it's about to go over the point. So yeah, we need more power. We need another windmill back here. Oh, we can just do a coal power plant, can't we? Yeah, let's do that. Bump the windmill. Just do the coal power plant. And once that there we go. Yeah, I was going to say, once that gets integrated in, we're not going to have any power issues for a while. Okay, let's just connect right there just to make sure I don't forget about it. And cover that. Sweet. Okay. So, pretty good, right? We need to set up a police department. That's going to cost us 12,000, and we're going to need to set up a firehouse. That's going to cost us another 12,000. So we need about 20,000. Let's look at our first loan. It's 20,000. Yeah, we're going to take that. And we are going to immediately build a police station. And a fire station. Immediately build both of those. And let's double check and make sure these are all 1-lane roads. Yes. Okay. I need to remove the housing. That was my bad. I need to remove the housing from the 1-lane roads and move it back here. So let me do that real quick. Because we cannot have people's houses on the main strip. There we go. So that'll take care of traffic, hopefully. Because again, that road just needs to be straight through, right? That's where all the traffic is going to get to anything else. So that takes care of the residential zoning. And our population is actually declining a little bit, which is okay. I'm actually kind of okay with that. As long as it's not declining at an alarming rate, which is kind of an alarming rate if it's going down by like 50. But we're going to see if that trend continues. We're going to speed it up a little bit. Yeah, because it doesn't look like it is. It's still going up. So, set districts. I don't want to. I remember when I was younger, I was like, oh, I have to do it. You don't actually have to do it. Leave me alone. Okay, the unique buildings. Countdown clock. Interesting. Plaza of Transference. What is this stuff? Okay. Well, that's cool. So now we're getting the big money. We got 1,000 coming in. And we're at a good spot. Electricity. Why don't you have power? I thought you guys had power. What the floof? I thought you guys had power. Here, let's connect it that way. Maybe it'll help a little bit. Does that help? No. Okay, so let's connect it like that. Yeah? Now do you have power? There we go. And what do we got over here? More businesses that don't have enough workers? Yeah. Okay, well that sounds like a you problem, not a me problem. Sounds like you expanded too quickly. But we'll see how that affects our balance here. Because we got about 10,000 back. And I kind of want to pay off this loan before we do anything else. Just to, like, knock it out, right? Those, because of the volatility of this game, you need to save those loans in case you need the money for some. How are we doing on trash? Oh, we're fine on that. Okay. And yeah, water service seems fine. Oh, there are abandoned buildings. Interesting. So industry was opening too quickly. So we need to pull back on our industry just slightly. Just a wee little bit. And of course the game is still screaming at me to make the what's it called? Make more housing. But we're chilling. Our money is going down a little bit though, so we will expand it slightly. There we go. So, hope you all are enjoying seeing City Skylines being played. If you don't already have it, again, as we stated at the beginning, it is for free right now, in case you ever wanted to try it. I, of course, recommend it. I have enjoyed it to all different extents, and I honestly think anybody really could. If you have an interest in it, or if you just kind of want to give it a shot because you've heard about it, why not? What could go wrong? These shops, that's what could go wrong. I don't understand. Oh, I see what it was. This side, I pointed to the screen. This side where the industry is, that's where the coal power plant was. This other side was trying to be powered by 2 windmills. Okay, that makes more sense now. Cool. We gotta demolish some of these abandoned buildings here. So let me pull back a little bit more of my industry zoning, just based on like what businesses closed down, and get rid of that pop up. I don't know what it's trying to tell me. Cool. So we're at a pretty balanced point now. We're trying to earn our money back. We're basically trying to get rid of the loan. Oh, hey, Mel. Honestly, everybody's bad at the game at first. Anybody who tells you that they're great at this game forgets their humble beginnings of being terrible at the game. Okay, we're almost Tiny Town. I'm going to put a stop to that. Hold on. Got to fix the zoning. I accidentally smacked into that side. But, yeah, we're almost to paying off our loan. And I just don't want to advance too quickly, and I feel like that's what always happens. So that's to sort of explain my methodology behind that. We have all of our emergency services. We have our school, and we have our, what do you call this thing? What do you call this thing? A dump? Landfill? There we go, landfill. We have that as well. Oh, we can pay off the loan. Let's do that. Boop. Done. Okay, so really good spot now. Right? And we can kind of just watch this grow a little bit. Let me see. The population still grows even as I'm trying to ease off of the population growing. That's really interesting, actually. Let's get rid of that small outside area and then get rid of this as well. Don't you just wish you could just do this in real life when you have to like rezone something? You're like, hey guys, we're just going to demolish your house. But what am I talking about? That's just eminent domain at that point. How goes the stream? Pretty great. Pretty great. Just excited to play. You know, it was either this or Satisfactory. So we decided on this based on what you told me yesterday. And we went from there. So, yeah. I guess this is a perfect way on how to start City Skylines. We tried restarting once already, and that did not go so well. So this is now version 4, just to catch you up a little bit. I'm pretty satisfied with it. I think we did a good job. And I think we've got a pretty safe, pretty good, solid baseline to go with here. And we don't have really any other needs right now. We have $500 or $600 that we're gaining. Our population is pretty solid at about 1,000, 1,100. And the game's just yelling at me to expand, basically. But if you're really careful with it, you can really build a much larger city or a much larger area. I would love to have all of this interconnected somehow. I think that would eventually be the end goal. This is definitely a game that we want to come back to again. So I think doing that will be really enjoyable to do. And yeah, I think that's all I've got. I think I might wrap up a minute or two early just because I feel like this is a really good stopping point. As long as our population doesn't go over, this is perfect. So obviously, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for putting up with the coughing that we heard throughout. And we'll see how that goes for the rest of things. Tomorrow night, as far as other streams and leading into Thursday, assuming everything goes according to plan, we will be playing more Hogwarts Legacy tomorrow night starting at 8. And Thursday night, we'll be finishing Halo 3 with our good buddy Paul. And hopefully we will see other Halo titles in the near future after that's done. YouTube-wise, we finished out the 3 paid moons on for Lethal Company. And we're going to be jumping into a different game that has caught the world by storm starting next week. And we might try to have both a video and a stream of it. We'll see if we can make all that happen. I think that's about all I got. Streams are uploaded 3 days after premiere on YouTube. We did a Leave the Company live stream last week that went really well. I've uploaded a short off of it already. Another one will be up on Sunday. And I think that's it. A lot of small little things going on. Oh, I got to set that command. Whoops. A lot of small little pieces moving, but we're working on consistency and we are working on just building everything up, right? So thank you all so much for watching. We will catch you back here again tomorrow night with Hogwarts Legacy. Thank you for joining me with City Skylines, and go ahead and try it out. I think the sale lasts for about a week, so I'm assuming the free time on it will also be lasting a week. And we'll definitely play this again in the future. I think this is a much better start than we've had in the past. And yeah, have a great night, everybody.